I'm not like a super newsy person. Whenever I see news channels drop into my feed, I immediately I say, do not ever recommend this channel ever again to me. Because I don't believe a word they say. But, God, what was my point? I have not seen, not that I've really looked for it, but I have not seen Biden speak on Canada at all. Has he? I'm like, these people are like being mowed down in the street by their government, police force, whatever you call it. And he's not said a word. I'm like, you're okay with this, Mr. Bidet? I don't, why hasn't he said anything? I mean, I'm just picturing if Trump were playing the part of the US president, that it would have just went different. Like if he was currently playing the part of the US president, that this would just not, he'd be like, what? He would be turning his head to the north saying, no, that's not happening. And then we'd be rushing up there with our troops, pretending to be about freedom and stuff. But like Biden hadn't even said a word. And I'm like, has Trump said anything about it? Has somebody got any links? Has Trump said shit about Canada or what the fuck is going on up there? I mean, he's got to stick to the script, you know what I mean? There is a script, They got to stick to it somewhat. I think there must be wiggle room. Do they get it? Is it sent to them on a secure server? I don't know. I sure would like to see it, though. It wouldn't be, and there's got to be plan A, B, and C. Like, well, if this happens and we got to flip the script real quick, then now this guy's going to be the bad guy. No, wait a minute. But if this happens, we're going to make that guy the bad guy. Like, they've got alternate endings. They got alternate subplots that they play on us from time to time. And I found myself getting really sucked in. I was trying not to. I was like, whoa, because the world all of a sudden was like, oh, the poor Ukrainian people. And I'm not saying I don't feel bad for, the average citizen around the world, the average person that I do. I feel bad. This is terrible. And we're all in the same boat in a sense. I realize that I'm living high on the hog at this point, having, in a safe area, in my own home. And that I realize that I don't mean that we're all in the same boat in every single solitary way. I mean in the way that we're not in the club and we're not allowed to know what the real truth is. I was just wondering, is our government addressing or whatever they call it, this current administration of BS? The administration. When I think of the word administration, it's like administrate the administration of this drug to this patient. Like the current administration of what? BS into our lives. I don't think they're talking about it. And it's really weird because they're like our next door neighbor. It's like if you live in like a neighborhood, like a subdivision neighborhood of single family homes, and like there's this neighbor, like if you're in a cul-de-sac and the center neighbor is like beating his wife and his kids in the freaking yard and freaking out, and all the neighbors are just acting like, nothing's going on, man. Like, hey, have you heard, like yelling across the street while this is going on, have you heard about the neighbor on the other cul-de-sac? They were talking shit. Let's go help them. Meanwhile, right in front of their faces, Canada, and everybody's just like, oh, just blah, 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 blah. I can't see it, can't hear it, can't speak it, like whatever. That's our next door neighbor, and you don't notice that the common people are getting pummeled by horses and rubber bullets. Like, and you're not gonna run up in the neighbor's yard and try to defend his kids. We need some vigilantes. Like I watch Gunsmoke, and I'll be like, these neighbors would not let the neighbor guy beat up on his wife. They'd go kick the shit out of this dude. Fuck you. You're not going to beat your wife or whatever. There was just, people the neighborhood took care of itself. We didn't need Big Brother coming in to tell us how to fucking act or don't. Actually, it started during Gunsmoke because Matt would say, Matt the marshal, he's like, look, Matt, you can't hang that guy. You can't hang. And the mob of men are like, oh, he's a horse thief. And Matt's like, but it's not your job to do it, blah, blah, blah. And this is when they're sure. When they're not sure, I get what Matt's saying. Matt's like, look, you don't have proof. You're not We want to be sure. You don't want to just go hanging people. But there again, when somebody is caught red-handed raping and killing a woman or doing whatever they're doing on Gunsmoke, then these guys should be able to just say, doink, you're done. Why would you waste government resources? Why would you waste the jail space, Matt's time, the food you got to give him, whatever? When you see somebody committing that crime, we should have the power to be able to just go, boop, you're done. But we don't. We don't. It's a shame. Anyway. Has Biden said a word about Canada? I guess that's my question. Has he said a word? Dude, that's your next door neighbor, man. I don't know what your problem is, but I'm feeling friendly towards them. I never even thought about Canadians until this shit went down. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. In my opinion, that was my peaceful neighbor that never bothered anybody, and now all of a sudden they're being attacked. Nah, man. This ain't cool. And Twinkle Toes Zelensky. What's up with that dude in the Ukraine? Tiptoeing around in high heels and all kind of goofy shit. And then he changes parts and he puts on his war uniform. Has this guy been in the military? Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know. I'm just fucking Karen. I got to